Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the first video of the playlist Storytelling with Adam. I'm really excited to have Adam Chambers with me. Adam's an actor, director, producer, musician, all these different things. And in today's video we're going to be talking about why acting. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me. I've acted since I was a little kid. I'm from San Diego, and then I moved to LA. I am married, and I have a kid. I know they sort of go together. And I'm also in a band on top of it. I can't stand when people are late. I think general laziness.
Yeah.
I think those are kind of like, they kind of go together.
Yeah,
but
I love it.
General laziness, I don't think we have a lot of place for it. And I think a lot of people will pick and choose their battles and pick and choose when they want to do something.
Yeah.
And let's just not be that way.
Awesome.
The coolest thing, and the thing I love the most about the career is that we pick a career that we get to have a lot of fun in. And I know that may sound cheesy, but a lot of people's jobs are not fun or they don't like them.
Yeah.
And we get to play pretend for a living. There's like this unspoken sort of magical quality between us and an audience.
Yeah.
And we get to have that power, and how we and what we use and what we do with that, I think is really special.
The first question to you is, why did you choose this path?
I chose acting because I wasn't good at anything else. I felt like I was pretty good at certain things, and then I felt like I was really good at this.
Yeah.
And then I also believe that all of us actors that really choose to do this, I believe that we're kind of drug addicts. And what I mean by that is like we're addicted to the attention and the thing. And some of us are just really into the drug addiction part of it. So we need to go find it more and kind of go whatever it takes us to go do that. That's why. But
it's true. The moment you're backstage and you're about to go on stage, you're just happy. Like the world doesn't matter at that point. That's always a sign that that's what you're supposed to be.
Yeah, you're very right on that. There's times where I'm performing and I could be performing at like a really small little space for like 2 people or whatever. There's a moment that happens and you just forget where you are and you're just present in that space, and you're just excited that you're doing something that is giving back, giving that energy to the world. It's hard to describe. Yeah, I think this is something I deal with a lot with why young actors decide to make the leap and really go that next step and move to LA. I think that there's 2 parts to it. I think one is they like attention, and that's like the initial kind of go, right? And then I think the other part of it is I think that there's an element of they see it on TV, they see it in movies, they see this concept of I could be very successful. And I think some people think it's easy. And
truly do.
They really do. I think some people really truly think it's very easy, and there's so many other elements to it that get overlooked, and it's a big part of what I talk about in my classes a lot is we have to have an honest conversation about what this big picture is going to look like and take, and what the mental side of this is. And a lot of them don't know that part of it.
100%, I agree.
Yeah.
It's you put your work, you have that little bit of talent that you need, and you just do the work and you will be fine. But everything else acting is just so tough.
It's the mental side.
Absolutely.
It's the questioning, it's the self-doubt. I've been on a big kick recently about how acting goes against our natural human instincts.
Yeah.
A lot. Like the idea of human instincts are when we get an audition, everything about what that process of getting an audition is like.
Oh, okay. You're not talking about acting like the moment because those are pure instincts. You're talking about like the situation.
The situation around acting acts against our instincts. So getting an audition at the last second, or getting an audition that you think is stupid, or not wanting to go farther, or not wanting to do a scene that's about overdosing or anything like that. Our natural human instinct is to say that sounds awful.
Exactly. I don't want to do that.
And so we have to go past that. Yeah. And then enjoy it which is like
true.
this like real challenge that I think a lot of actors do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think about education regarding acting schools? How necessary is it nowadays? What's your take on that?
One of the things that's the most helpful about an acting school in general, especially in like a big city like LA or New York, I truly believe you should go to those cities. There's acting schools all over, but if you're going to do this big picture, the most opportunities are in Los Angeles. And so it makes sense to like get yourself there, and then it also makes sense to train. So get yourself to the environment that puts you around the city that you're going to be in for the rest of your life. Safe bubble of learning how to grow within that city. That part of it is so hard to explain to new people because they think, I'll just move to LA, it'll be so cool, it'll be so awesome.
100%.
And then they get here and I can't imagine coming to LA and not knowing anybody or having a direction or having anything at all, and not having the ability to make friends or the ability to, so school puts you there, but then also allows you to like still train, meet new people, grow, learn the city.
Your environment.
So I do actually think it's actually pretty valuable. Besides,
not just from the educational,
not just the educational part, but from like the safe part of like learning how to like take a deep breath and like kind of stumble and trip a little bit, but still be able to like have a scene to do the next day or learn something and learn how to train and learn all this stuff,
Yeah, because it's very true. I think LA is one of those cities that it can swallow you
so fast.
Yeah, so fast.
It can eat people up. Learning how to survive it?
I'm old enough, but the first day I moved to LA, and not a lot of people know this, but I went to bed crying because I walked outside in Hollywood and I'm like, where am I? What am I doing here?
Wow.
Like my first day here. It's not a joke. I had to control myself because I was like almost panicking and taking a flight back home in my safe little mountains,
Yeah, and you're a little older than
and
a lot
I'm a
of
little older,
students that you went to.
It is overwhelming, like for sure.
I see it so often where I'll see a student who's like 17 or 18 years old, and you can just see it in their face that they're so scared.
I know.
And they're so overwhelmed, and I want to just be like, it'll get better.
What do you think is the most difficult part of being an actor?
The most difficult part of being an actor is self-doubt and jealousy.
Yeah.
I think those two things are something that we struggle with more than people realize. Jealousy, I believe, is our number one disease as actors.
And nobody would never admit it.
Nobody would admit it, but most have it, and some have it extremely. And what will happen with jealousy is you'll feel jealousy because you see someone doing something that you're not doing, or you think you could do better, or you want to be in it. And over time, you'll start to be like, I don't want to feel like this anymore.
I know.
And so then the plan would be, I'm going to quit so I don't feel like this anymore.
Yeah. It's not personal because if people don't choose you, it has nothing to do with you. It's just not what they want. But if you start taking those things personally, it's gonna destroy you long term.
It is. It's funny you say exactly that. I'm in a show right now. I'm in a play right now, and I used to do a lot more theater as an actor. I've kind of gone more into producing and directing on a regular basis, but I haven't been in a play in a while. And I love the play, and I love the show, and I love the character. But I'm reminded when I'm doing this play that actors we're so sensitive, and we're so, and it comes from the place of care. We care about our role, we care about the role, and we care about discovery, and we care about those things. But we can be really sensitive, and we can kind of be overly sensitive, and we can kind of forget that there's a big picture. I'm lucky enough that I direct a lot, so I see the big picture often. But I've had to check myself a few different times just during this process myself, just being like, oh, that's I'm putting myself before the big picture. And I'm putting my own personal wants and needs above it just because I'm sensitive. And so someone might give you direction, and you might be like, they hate me as a person. You're like, no, they just want you to move over there, bro. Like, they just want you to get in your light. They just.
What's the play? What is it going to be?
I'm going to play an original show called Birthday Wish at the Loft Ensemble, which is my theater.
Awesome. I might put the link in the description as well, so if you guys want to check it out. What do you think are the most common mistakes young actors do when they start out?
Getting ahead of themselves, being impatient, and not realizing that this is a long-term thing. I've always truly believed, a lot of the parents may not love to hear this, but I think if you make a plan B, you will do plan B.
100%. I agree.
At some point you'll question plan A, and if you have another plan B, you'll look at it and you go, that seems more appealing or easier. And so you'll do that. And so a lot of young actors get very impatient. They come here and they think like this isn't happening fast enough, or they set a timeline. They'll be like, in year 1 this has to happen, or what? And I think that is totally the most common mistake. A lot of people go, I'm successful as a human being because I booked a job. And you have to find this like internal happiness as a person, and that has to come first. And then let acting be part of that as well.
It's very true. But I agree on both. Also the plan B thing, it's not going to work. If you have something to fall back on, you will.
You just will, because at some point you'll question it. And so then you go, oh, I don't have a plan B. All right, I got to keep doing this. And so that will be what you do.
That's the very interesting thing about us as internationals. We don't have a lot of time in the US. So we're forced to go full in and pull every little string that we can to make things happen, because we don't have anything else. Like we don't have. I can't go home to Orange County and
start over.
And start over. So I really can't.
You have to
my
get
visa,
to work.
This is all I can do. Like nothing else.
Yeah, you have to get to work, and I see it a lot with foreign students. The hustle's there because they're like, there's something behind them going, hey, you don't get then you're gonna go away.
We're going towards the end of this first video regarding why acting. So my last question to you is to finish this on one advice regarding why is the why so important?
You have to have almost a sick love for this. And it has to be something for yourself, not for other people, not to prove other people wrong, not to make a point, not to just help your family or anything like that. There has to be this, I'm doing this no matter what. This is who I am, and this is what I'm going to try to do in my life. And someone summed it up the other day for me, and I thought it was just the most amazingly simple way of summing up acting, if you want to do this, is always be somewhere doing something. And I just love that concept of just be somewhere doing something. You just stay active. And
like this.
Yeah. Like
I agree.
You asked me to do this, and I was like, for sure, just do something. And talk about it. Do a play reading. Read a monologue. Write something. Read a book. Whatever. Stay active doing something. And then people will kind of get to work. It's hard to see it when you're younger, but yeah.
Really, really interesting, this first part. Why acting. I'm really glad we had Adam here with us. Like I said, I'm gonna link Adam's bio and all his links, the Loft, if you're interested, if you're from LA. And I'm really excited to have our next video, Los Angeles and the industry, and why the city is so important. It's gonna be interesting, especially as a Chargers fan. That's right. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with us. I mean, if you watch until the end, you probably liked it, which I'm really happy. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that little bell to get notified, and like our video. And of course, comment if you have any questions. So if we have to, we'll have Adam back and answer a few questions from you. Thank you so much, guys.